Hey, what's up? I'm Liz, this is Blitzy DIY, and welcome to episode 9 of Prime Things I Learned This Week. So, the past couple days I've been in New York City getting some R&R, so this episode's going to be a little bit short and sweet. I actually was going to put off filming this episode, but then I found an article last night that I thought was important enough to feature because of the series I've been doing lately for tutorials on Reason. So let's jump right in. So I saw an article with a clickbaity title with why you should care that Reason 9 just arrived. I have to be honest, I hadn't cared that Reason 9 had arrived, but what intrigued me was this graphic here. This lovely graphic showing a little bit more control over audio, and I was like, So I scrolled down and I watched this video, and I will link this article in the description. But basically there are a lot more tools. Here are some of them right here where they'll make composition a little bit easier. Essentially you can press a key and it will give you some chord suggestions, and there's also new arpeggiators, and now I'm thinking maybe I should look into this. Maybe I should jump on in. I still haven't watched the live stream yet, but yeah, there's also some new bounce in place, which is essentially you have some MIDI and you can just bounce it as audio right there, just for that one MIDI line. So let's say you had 5 synths going and all of them had MIDI lines. You could take one synth and bounce one section that you've written into audio and then manipulate it. You wouldn't have to bounce the entire track, which is really amazing. You can also reverse your MIDI input, so anything you've written out, like let's say you had a melody that went C, E, G, you could hit reverse MIDI and it would go G, E, C. Like, that's really cool. And then you can also split notes just like you would audio, meaning that you'd be able to split the MIDI data in its place just like you can with an audio waveform. And there's also a bunch of new sounds, which are cool. So this definitely seems like a worthy upgrade. Props to Propellerhead for adding in these features that I had never even thought of as a possibility. And also is worth noting that Reason is still the only DAW that works with patching. So that's something else to keep in mind too. Now, the next thing I wanted to follow up on was that Windows update that I talked about in last week's episode. It was sitting waiting for me on my computer, and I had to do it because this is one thing I don't really like about Windows 10. If you have an update, I should say, sitting there waiting for you, and you want to shut down or restart, it makes you install that update. And because I was going on a trip, I was going away, I was obviously going to turn off my computer, and so I had to shut down Tuesday night and have the update install. Now because I shut down and updated it, I saw it install the update and then my computer turned off, and I was like, okay, it must be fine. So last night when I got home, I turned my computer back on and it said the update hadn't installed successfully, which is exactly what the error was that I was talking about in last week's episode. So I was worried I was going to go into a loop, but I didn't, and I went to check for updates to see if maybe that would cause it to install again or start up again, and it didn't. It just said no updates were available, and I haven't had any more messages pop up on my computer, so I'm thinking maybe it's fine, but I'm not really sure. So I just want to update you on that, and again, curious if anyone has experienced the looping, or if maybe there's a patch that came out from Microsoft while my computer was off that maybe like grandfathered itself in and why I turned it back on. I'm not really sure, so any input from anyone who's experienced it, feel free to reach out. So this has been the episode of Prime Things I Learned This Week. If you liked it, toss me a like. If you hated it, toss me a thumbs down. Comment below if any questions, comments, concern. Find me on Facebook, Tumblr, Twitter, and Instagram for all the behind-the-scenes nerd-tastic things. See you next time.